Given that a lot of, almost half of the e-commerce transactions in India are either offline or cash cards, some mechanism which is not purely electronic, how do you plug them in so to make sure that there is one point of?
Actually, only recently Aerosoft has moved beyond credit card reconciliation into now the complete e-commerce reconciliation. So we can not only handle credit card payments, but also net banking, debit cards, and cash cards. The logic remains the same. You will have 3 reports or 2 reports as the case may be. You just have to do an LHS equals RHS. Yeah, absolutely. So basically on a logical level, it still remains the same. You have some key identifiers and you have the amounts. It remains the same all across. The trick here is to find out which one of these is actually going to take you all across till the end. Thank you.
Question for Pebble Talk. I don't understand. Is this a services business or a software as a service? How do you make money?
Yeah, this is basically a software as a service. So there are 2 models as I said meant. One is for smaller companies this is a hosted version, they can access directly in the web and pay as they use it. So for larger organizations, they are also looking at on-premise deployment. And there also it is based on the number of users and usage.
Hello, this is a question for Pebble Talk. I think though industry leader already there like Google Apps and Salesforce, what is your USP?
See, for example, Google Apps and Zoho, there are many solutions. So they have solutions which are basically for creating documents, separate software and things like that. What we are trying to do is to integrate all that into one, all the communication tools. So what we have today is a platform where all the communication tools are integrated. And what we plan to do on top of this is we can give a solution, verticalized solutions. We can give solutions for specific industries. So this platform can be used to build on top of this to give more better solutions, specific solutions.
Yeah, question for Aerosoft.
Yeah.
The use case is very interesting and I see how it can affect the bottom line and everything.
Absolutely.
But it seems like a very simple solution, right? Like why would somebody not build it in-house? Because maybe I'm not getting it, but it's
let's take the case of ClearTrip. What's their core competency? To sell tickets.
Right.
So all we are trying to do is focus on your core competency. We can handle all of this for you. At the same time, make sure you're receiving your money to the last rupee, which is what we are actually doing.
But there's no barrier to entry, right? It's very low. Somebody could build it in.
I'll just flip this around and say, from a technological perspective, it's nothing. But the domain knowledge that is actually involved in this is what is actually going to differentiate. When we actually sit down with our customers on a consultant basis and say, we can actually identify with what they're saying and we can suggest them what's the best way to streamline your processes because the domain knowledge is with us. If you just had to match between left and right, anyone could do it. We could have even done it in C. But what is the implication of seeing a minus 100 in an unreconciled report? That is where the domain comes. It essentially means that a cancellation transaction did not mature. We saw a minus 100 there. That money would have essentially been the credit card holder actually got a credit instead of a debit, and that too at Proto's account. So imagine. That is where the whole deal comes in. I hope that answers your question.